Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the concept of Sarvashtakavarga. Now guys, this is a very important concept which proves to be very helpful in all those cases where you are in a crossroad, in a turmoil, specifically pertaining to the conflicting features of the houses. Now let me explain that. Let's say for example, you come across a client or as a person who is confused that whether that person is destined to find success close to his birthplace or far away from the birthplace, which could be in a foreign land, or someone who has got this concern whether this person is meant to do very good joining his family business or trying to do something on his own. This could be certain concerns around staying bachelor or getting into a matrimonial bond or something. So guys, in all these kind of conflicting situation, all what you have to do or any astrologer has to do is that you have to figure out that which house is gaining strength. Now let me elaborate that. Let's say for example, someone wants to know, am I more suited to do something good close to my birthplace or shall I move to foreign land? So we have to see that 4th house, which is the house of your birthplace, and 12th house, which is the house of the foreign settlement, which house is in a strengthened state. Now guys, definitely when I say which house is in a strengthened state, so astrology beyond doubt is a very precise, is a very accurate science, but there are like too many ifs and buts and calculation contradictions which an astrologer also has to deal with. Now let's say for example, what if your 4th house lord from the ascendant chart is strengthened, but in the D9 chart it is losing strength. So the point which I am trying to say over here is that why I'm making use of this concept of Sarvashtakavarga, there are like lot many of the turmoils and kind of questions which you can answer, and at least you will be able to figure out that okay, which all houses are blessed, are strengthened, reinforced in the life of this person, and which all areas of the life in terms of the houses needs more work or more adjustments from the native's side. And along with that guys, also when we talk about from the transit point of view as well, so over there as well, for example, Jupiter in someone's natal chart in the Bhinnashtakavarga, Jupiter has given good points to the 11th house. Overall in the Sarvashtakavarga chart, 11th house has got more points. It's in a strengthened state. So definitely we can be very sure that whenever Jupiter will transit from the 11th house, native will definitely get the good results. Or let's say for example, your aspiration hovers around the signification of the Venus, and in your natal chart, Venus is placed in a house in the Sarvashtakavarga table, that house has got more points. Then this is also a very good validation. So this is how you can make use of the Sarvashtakavarga table. So guys, for all those people who are new, this name in itself can be translated in English. This Ashtak can be translated in English as the 8. So in this, all what we have to do is that we have to see that for this calculation of Sarvashtakavarga, we do not include Rahu and Ketu. So excluding Rahu and Ketu, all the remaining 7 planets and the ascendant, how they influences the attributes of all the houses. Now definitely guys, one very basic way of understanding the affinity, likingness of a planet towards any houses, we know this thing that whatsoever houses a planet is ruling and wheresoever it is sitting, it generally produces the results from that house. And because there are like certain planets like Jupiter, Mars and Saturn, they have got additional aspect as well. So wheresoever they will look with their additional aspect, they will influence the attributes of those houses as well. But even after that guys, all the planets in totality are influencing and demonstrating certain likingness towards the attributes of that house or a specific house or not. And via studying the Sarvashtakavarga table, you get a deeper insight into it. So yes guys, this was just a basic overview, and like the way I was talking about that, what is the scale on which we measure? So in the Sarvashtakavarga table, which is a complete compilation of looking at the strength of the houses, it is generally followed that anywhere close to 28 or more than 28 points are generally considered as good for the health of that specific house. That house will be considered as strong, and in between 25 to 28 are considered as average, 20 to 25 is considered as little bit sensitive, and anything less than 20 is considered as weak. So guys, in this I will be taking up the case study of my own chart, because I did not have much time to compile the details of any celebrity and go through his timeline and measure it and demonstrate you, because the whole objective of this video is to know about the application of the Sarvashtakavarga table. So a layman like me could be a good example for that. So guys, now as you can see over here that on the right side is the ascendant chart on your screen. So that in itself tells about that the ascendant lord has gone to the 8th house. So ascendant lord is strengthened, but the mere placement of Rahu in the 1st house and the ascendant lord in the 8th house in a war zone is not a very good state for the health of the native. Now definitely guys, if you have to see that in the Sarvashtakavarga table as well. So all what we have to do is that we have to see that out of the 1st house and the 8th house, which is gaining more point. So now if you will look at over here, more than the 1st house, 8th house has got more points. 6th house has got more points. So definitely it will make a strengthened 6th house could make you disciplined, could make you very competitive. 8th house will definitely give you interest towards occult and all, psychology and all, mysticism and all. But from the health point of view, it is a vulnerable sign. Now definitely guys, like just on a cursory look from the Sarvashtakavarga table, you can get to know that okay, 9th house is in a strengthened state. So that also tells about that for the higher wisdom, religious austerity, this is a good validation. 4th house has also got more points, 35. So 4th house and 9th house is just telling about good blessings on the account of the parents. But now guys, when we have to do the analysis and the comparison, like the way I mentioned this thing, so if you will look at my 4th house and the 12th house, so it's a very clear-cut case. 12th house has got 19 points, but if you look at the 4th house, it has got 35 points. Now let's say for example, if this chart comes to you for the consultation and this person asks you, am I more suited for living close to my birthplace or settling down far away from the birthplace? So looking at 19 points in the 12th house and 35 points in the 4th house, what will you say? Same is the case guys when we talk about looking at the prospects of the relationship. So 1st house has got 28 points. Now 7th house has got 23 points. Now this is also not a very good validation, very supporting factor, and this looks like this person could be single at a time when you will be doing the observation. So there are like lot many ways through which you can do the assessment of the chart. And one more thing guys, like the way now if you want to go a step further, so for example when we talk about the Upachya Bhava, which are the houses of your with the passage of time, how much a native will evolve and grow. The fighting spirit we see from the Upachya Bhava, which are the 3rd house, 6th house, 10th house, 11th house. You can make a sum total of the points which you will find over there. And guys, not only that, like let's say for example, even if you want to divide the chart on the basis of the Dharma triangle, Artha triangle, Kama triangle and the Moksha triangle. Now in the Dharma triangle, which is a triangle of being very dutiful, being very law-abiding, religious, honesty, integrity, for that we generally look at like Dharma triangle is of the 1st house, 5th house, 9th house. Artha, which has got everything to do with the finances, with the material accomplishment. For that we have to give attention towards the 2nd house, 6th house, 10th house, which is considered as the Artha triangle of your finances, financial well-being. 3rd is the Kama triangle, which has to do with the desires of the native, travels, friendship, connection, for which we include the 3rd house, 7th house and the 11th house. And lastly the Moksha triangle, for which we give attention towards the 4th house, 8th house and the 12th house. So now guys, over here as well, through the concept of the Sarvashtakavarga, you can also see, and all what you have to do is that like from the Dharma triangle point of view, the calculation part is very simple. Look at the 1st house, the points you will find over there. 5th house, the points you will find over there. 9th house, the points you will find over there. Make a sum total of that. Now in this reference chart, you will get the sum total as the number 90. Now divide it by number 3 and you will get the sum total resulting number as the 30. Same way, if you will do it for the Artha, you will get the 26.6. For the Kama, you will get the 27.6. 0.3, and for the moksha you will get the 28.3. So now looking at this or comparing these four things as well, now this chart seems to be very supportive for the religious austerity, travels, and the accumulation of the knowledge. But when we talk about the from the Artha triangle point of view, now how to do the measurement of that? Now definitely guys, in the Sarvashtakavarga table, if you will look at the second house has got 21 points, which is not considered as very good. Now even if you will look at or compare it with the 11th house and the second house, that in itself tells about that yes, the flow of money, income and opportunities in this chart will remain intact, but the capacity of the native to retain that, to save that, will always be a matter of concern. Looking at the Sarvashtakavarga table and comparing the 11th house and the second house. Same way guys, the way I was talking about the Kama triangle. So in the Kama triangle as well, if you will look at over here, we generally say this thing that how much desires native is going to have and how much desires will be getting fulfilled. So for that we have to do a comparison between the third house and the 11th house. So if you will look at the Sarvashtakavarga table, the third house has got 31 points, but if you will look at the 11th house, it has got the 28 points. So that in itself tells about that okay, the desires of the native has to be much in control, in command, and there has to be discipline over there or restraint of the senses. So yes guys, this is how you have to do the analysis of the chart, and Sarvashtakavarga proves to be very informational, very helpful over there. Same way guys, like the way even if you have to take into consideration the Bhinashtakavarga as well, where we before landing at the composite score, we do the assessment of how the planets are showing their affinity towards the specific houses. Now let's say for example, in the same like in my details as well, in the Bhinashtakavarga, if you will look at the Jupiter's point of view, so in my case Jupiter gives good points to the 12th house for specific to my Lagna, on the basis of which this chart has been drawn with reference to Aries. So you will see that Jupiter is giving 6 points to the 7th house, to the 9th house and to the 12th house. So all of that just in itself tells about that yes, whenever Jupiter will transit to the 12th house, it will be a good indication for me for the religious austerities point of view, gaining wisdom point of view. When Jupiter is going to be transiting from the 7th house, 9th house, from the commercial point of view, for the travel, visa, immigration point of view. So this is the point which I'm trying to say over here. Same is the way guys, like the way for example, even if you have to assess the daily transit of the moon as well. So you can see over here in this chart, in the Bhinashtakavarga table, moon is giving like good points to the 5th house, and definitely whenever moon is transiting the Leo in the transit as well, I feel very elated, like very uplifted. But whenever moon is transiting in the Cancer, because in the Cancer in the 4th house with reference to Aries, you will see over here moon has only given 2 points to the 4th house. So that in itself tells about that yes, native might feel very anxious, lot of anxiety whenever moon will be transiting from the Cancer sign. And now guys, it's not only that, like lately the pattern which I'm seeing over here is that in my case I'm a Aries Lagna, I'm an Aquarius moon. So now you can fairly understand that right now in the transit, Virgo is a sign like where Ketu is transiting. So from the ascendant, Virgo falls in my 6th house, and from the moon sign like Aquarius, Virgo falls in the 8th house. So now the trend which I have seen from the past couple of months, ever since Ketu has transited to the Virgo, like even all the time whenever moon is transiting from the Virgo, it always makes me a little bit anxious. But ever since Ketu has also transited over there, so somehow the intensity of anxiety and restlessness increases, because I'm getting the kind of force, I'm facing the force both from my ascendant and from the moon sign, and Ketu being over there, it's exaggerating more. So this is how guys you have to see, and you can make in use of the Sarvashtakavarga while kind of deciding any specific concerns of yours in major areas of your life. The simple thumb rule is that any of the house which is going to be receiving more than the 28 points, that house will be considered as in a strengthened state. In between 25 to 28 is the average. Anything less than 20 is a matter of serious and grave concern. And second thing, that whenever you are being introduced to a situation where you have to take up a call, you have to make any choice between the two perplexing situation. So all what you have to do is that you have to see that if your concern is of foreign settlement or living close to your family, or any of the concerns of being in your job or in your business, you have to see that how much points in the Sarvashtakavarga table the aspiration of yours and the house which fulfills that, how much is the point of difference between those two houses in the Sarvashtakavarga table. That will definitely give you a precise answer to any of your concern. And like the way, guys, when we talk about the charts of the presidents, of CEOs, people in the high positions, like the way, for example, I was looking at the chart of the Barack Obama as well. Now we will just briefly in a short way look at his chart. So even if you will look at his Sarvashtakavarga table, you will be surprised like how much points his 11th house has got. His 11th house has got 39 points. And now all what you have to do is that you have to make a comparison of this house from the 10th house. So if you will look at 10th house has got 31 points, but more than, obviously he is talented, he is deserving, but life has bestowed upon him with more than his talents and capability, because in the 11th house he has got more points compared to the 10th house. So yes guys, this was just a basic overview through which I just wanted to show you the importance of the Sarvashtakavarga chart. Like beyond doubt, I've been following palmistry, numerology, astrology, different fields of astrology as well. But I always ensure whenever I'm doing any assessment, I'm working on any case study and something, I always ensure to at least once look at the Sarvashtakavarga table as well. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.